King Abdullah II of Jordan meets with Cardinal Parolin in Amman. Crown Prince Christian of Denmark set to begin military training next month. King Carl Gustaf of Sweden attends a conference in Salon. And the royal family of the Netherlands returns to work in Amsterdam. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good evening, everyone, and happy Monday. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for January 13th, 2025. After a relaxing Christmas holiday in Patagonia, Argentina, Their Majesties, King Willem Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, are back home and ready to work. This afternoon, Their Majesties, accompanied by Her Royal Highness, Princess Beatrix of the Netherlands, hosted the traditional New Year's reception at the Royal Palace in Amsterdam. According to RVD, several hundred guests from politics and public administration and from various sectors of Dutch society attended the reception. In addition, this year, quote, representatives of implementation organizations in the field of labor and income, healthcare, social security, and education have been specifically invited, end quote. In the morning, the king held a farewell audience with the ambassador from the Republic of Cuba and the ambassador from the United States of America at Palace House Tembos. In Brussels, His Majesty, King Philippe of the Belgians, held an audience with the Prime Minister of Belgium, Alexander De Croo, at the Palais Royal de Bruxelles. This morning, in Monte Carlo, His Serene Highness, Prince Albert II of Monaco, attended the opening of the 27th edition of the Semaine du Goût. Held inside the Salle Belle Epoque at the Hotel Hermitage, the purpose of Semaine du Goût is to introduce primary school students in Monaco, as well as adults, to, quote, 2 new healthy foods and unique culinary cuisines, end quote. On Sunday, His Majesty, King Carl Gustaf of Sweden, attended the opening of the annual People and Defense National Conference in Salon. Established in 1946, the conference focuses on security policy, defense, and society's crisis preparedness. Held under the theme Leadership and Governance for Resilience, the 2-day conference gathered over 400 participants and 60 speakers for, quote, knowledge dissemination, conversation, and debate, end quote. Prior to attending this morning's conference session, the king attended service at Salon's Mountain Church. On Saturday evening, Her Highness, Princess Astrid Mrs. Werner, as patron, attended the Dissimilis New Year's show at the Oslo Opera House. According to the Royal Court of Norway, this year's performance was entitled Along with the Street and is a, quote, story of hope, resistance, and how important it is to take action, even when it may feel like the world is standing still, end quote. Meanwhile, Her Highness, Princess Martha Louise of Norway, and her husband, Shaman Durek, have officially trademarked the title, The Princess and the Shaman. The couple initiated the registration process on February 21st, 2022. After several delays, they received approval from the United States Patent and Trademark Office on May 28, 2024. The title, The Princess and the Shaman, originated from the couple in 2019 in connection with their, how can I say this, spiritual speaking tour of Norway. On November 12th, 2020, the couple were featured in a Vanity Fair editorial and article written by Miss Emily Jane Fox under the title, The Princess and the Shaman. The Norwegian television network, TV2, contacted Princess Martha Louise and Shaman Durek's publicist, Ms. Jenny Weinman, about the trademark. And she replied, quote, "The title, The Princess and the Shaman, has been registered as a trademark solely as a protective measure. At this time, there is no intention to use the title. The registration is solely to protect the trademark." End quote. This morning in Copenhagen, His Majesty, King Frederik X of Denmark, held public audiences at Christiansborg Slot. As I mentioned in Sunday's Community Post, the Danish newspaper SN reported that His Royal Highness Crown Prince Christian of Denmark will begin his 4-month military training with the Guard Hussar Regiment on Monday, February 3rd, 2025. The Crown Prince will be stationed at the Entvorskov Barracks in Slagelse. The Supreme Commander of the Guard Hussar Regiment, Colonel Jan Christensen, confirmed the news to SN. Colonel Christensen went on to say, quote, "As a starting point, this of course means that there is an increased focus on the regiment and the soldiers we produce, and that, in itself, is a positive. The military training will help prepare the Crown Prince for when he will become one day Denmark's future king. The training will be harsh and unfair at times, which can be valuable." End quote. On November 28, 2024, in East Africa, the 19-year-old Crown Prince announced that he was excited to begin his military training with the regiment, thus following in his father's footsteps, His Majesty, King Frederik X of Denmark. In Amman, His Majesty, King Abdullah II of Jordan, held a meeting with the Secretary of State of the Holy See, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, at Al Husseiniya Palace. During the meeting, the discussions covered a variety of topics, including the ongoing conflict in Gaza and ways to bolster humanitarian aid to the Strip. According to the Royal Hashemite Court, the king, quote, also commended His Holiness Pope Francis's support for an immediate end to the conflict. His Majesty also conveyed to Cardinal Parolin his greetings to His Holiness. End quote. Last Friday, Cardinal Parolin presided over the inauguration of the Church of the Baptism of the Lord. The Royal Hashemite Court notes that the church was built on a plot of land donated by His Majesty. And finally, on Saturday in Muscat, His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq Al Sayed of Oman presided over the 2025 Student Festival at Al Fateh Square. The festival was held on the occasion of the Sultan's 5th anniversary of his accession to the throne. Held under the theme Oman's Renewed Renaissance, the festival gathered over 8,000 Omani citizens, including Her Highness, the Honorable Lady Ahad bint Abdullah Al Busaidia of Oman, His Highness Crown Prince Saeed Thayazin bin Haytham Al Sayed of Oman, and His Highness Prince Saeed Bilarab bin Haytham Al Sayed of Oman. According to the Royal Court of Oman, the festival showcased tableaus that celebrated Oman's progress under the leadership of the Sultan. These tableaus focus on key themes such as education, innovation, and peaceful governance. A significant highlight was a tribute to His Majesty, where, quote, citizens pledged their allegiance and expressed their gratitude for his guidance. As Oman continues to honor its rich history, the country remains optimistic about the future under His Majesty's leadership. His initiatives and reforms emphasize economic resilience, social welfare, and cultural preservation, ensuring that the renewed Renaissance establishes a strong foundation for the nation's future. End quote. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me on this Monday evening. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow on Tuesday, January 14th, with all the latest royal news and events, including events with Her Majesty, Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, His Majesty, King Felipe VI of Spain, and so much more. So, I hope you all will join me on Tuesday. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you, your family, your friends, and of course your pets, a wonderful evening. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you'd like, and click on the notification bell so you won't miss a new episode. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care and God bless.